Hello, tankers! People can't live without celebrations, and it's understandable. We all know that a holiday is cool, but getting ready for it is even cooler. So, in our office, we are already starting to get ready for a mysterious holiday, coming up with costumes. We don't forget about the tankers either. What holiday are we preparing for? Halloween is one of the most mysterious and mystical holidays of the year with ancient roots. It is usually celebrated on October 31, associated with the onset of a harsh and dark time of year.
But for all tankers, Halloween will start a little earlier. Starting from October 18th, the atmosphere in the game will change on all maps and in players' garages. A festive garage will meet you in the lobby, and all drones and grenades will turn into pumpkins. Do not forget to change into suitable Halloween paint. Start celebrating with us in the first horror special event mode called Zombies. It will last a week, from October 18th to 25th. The action takes place, of course, on a special map fully prepared for Halloween.
The only Juggernaut must fight off deadly Vikings with a sharp claw.
Don't forget that the overdrive boxes on this map are very important. Whoever takes them has an advantage. Gold box rockets also fall on the map.
The Juggernaut will obviously want to take the available boxes for themselves. Be vigilant and wait for the Juggernaut with a couple of friends. Then the Juggernaut definitely won't be able to escape from your ambush.
The second game mode will be active for 2 weeks, from October 25th to November 7th. Legendary Gold Rush is a mode where you have to choose between the number of frags and the number of gold boxes caught, because pumpkin boxes are necessary for every tanker. It's difficult to get them, because you can always run into a powerful shot from an opponent that will send you to respawn. You won't be able to use augments and overdrives. The only thing that can help is supplies turned on and a good drone. The atmosphere of different themed maps also casts darkness. But I believe in you. Show who is the most legendary gold hunter here.
By the way, don't forget that boosted funds and experience are included only in the special event game modes. But there is something interesting in matchmaking too. All bots are equipped with claw bonks for the duration of the holiday. Write in the comments how you like it.
We advise you to take a closer look at Elite Pass at the beginning of the event. This time, the main prize will be the Vulcan Demonic skin. If you've been hunting for it for a long time, this is your chance. Even more skins, Hunter DC and Hammer DC, will be available in Epic containers. There's also Bunny Paint in the list of containers content, as well as the Blaster Augment for Hunter and the Revolver one for Hammer.
Next up are sales. This weekend, come for 30% discounts in the shop and in the garage and upgrade your current equipment with the same discount.
Go through the prepared festive missions list step by step and get keys. You may get even more of them if you go to the Advent Calendar section in the missions screen, where rewards await you for daily activity. Premium, Battle Pass, and Game Mode missions are added and updated every week, if you complete the available ones. In total, during Halloween, missions give you 31 common and 29 epic keys. In addition, special offers gradually appear in the shop, including ones containing rare and epic keys, units of the Nuclear Energy Supply, Days of Premium Pass, and paints such as Eternity and Beholder.
This is only part of the activities for the upcoming Halloween. Next week we will also announce a mini-game with very cool demonic skins for Firebird, Viking, Wasp and something else available as prizes at different checkpoints. But we will tell you all about it in detail next week. Tankers, last week we had a major release, which included, among other things, an updated appearance of the shop and supply auto activation system. These two updates were especially awaited by you.
The last time we talked about supply auto activation, we said that it will be enabled by default on smartphones and disabled on other platforms. However, before the release, we had to reconsider this decision.
No panic, there is nothing wrong here. The system is just enabled by default on all platforms without exception. This means that if you're used to playing without it, just go to the Battle tab in the Settings menu and disable the function. That's all.
And for those players who have been waiting, here's a couple more goodies. Now the supply auto-activation can work with the Crisis drone. The operation scheme differs from other drones. It does not switch supplies for you, but continues to endlessly launch the last one you turned on. Moreover, it automatically launches Repair Kit when the health percentage of your tank is low. We already have the first feedback on the system's operation, especially on using Repair Kit at respawn. Thank you, we have already begun to study the situation and look for a solution.
As for the rest of the functions, they remain the same. You can follow the activation queue, cancel the supply at the right moment, or switch the application queue watching the gray icons above your tank's health bar. Use it.
Here's another mind-blowing piece of news for you. The Vulcan will be the next to join the set of standard HD skins. This time, it took our art department about 2.5 months to go from the minigun concept art stage to the implemented skin. A few weeks were spent on models and making textures, another couple of weeks on polishing and preparing the model for programmers, and a little over a month on implementation. Everything went according to the best scenario.
Unfortunately, this is not always the case. The time of preparation and implementation depends on various factors, starting from the complexity of the model and ending with the overall workload on the department.
Vulcan HD turned out to be as brutal as possible. A compartment for a cassette with shells, indicators on the side of the turret, and a batch of detailed parts. All this is Vulcan HD. We hope that this skin won't overshadow all other skins for this turret.
Let's talk about special effects, or VFX. Who remembers when we first announced supply activation effects? Since then, they have been patiently waiting for their time, and recently the development team finally started implementing them.
And today we're happy to share the first results. The release with additional shader animation is not far off, which reminds you and others how cool it is to have a Crisis drone. Yes, so far the effects will not only work with the Crisis, because its supplies can be switched more often. In the first iteration, the animation works for 3 supplies: boosted damage, boosted armor, and speed boost. Watch and enjoy. Armor builds a partial dome around the tank, in the form of many hexagons. Damage adds energy discharges behind the turret and heats up the barrels in the form of spheres. When you activate Speed Boost, a bright yellow plume consisting of different stripes and ribbons will follow the tank.
Once these effects are released, we will work on other drones and the remaining supplies. Keep an eye out, we promise to share details soon.
In the previous episode of the vlog, we asked you to figure it out and write a comment about the following situation. What is the minimum number of tanks with grenades needed to destroy all enemies and capture the point? Let's reward the winners. Divchula Tanke. She sends us greetings and hello to you, girl in the tank. She also offers her own version of how to use 2 tanks with grenades. The next tanker, under the nickname Loss, is sure that 1 grenade and an accurate shot of railgun are enough, which will damage all 3 enemy tanks at once. And the third tanker, Vulturo. We liked his comment because of the clearly described actions. Check your 7 days of premium.
Next week we will tell you about a contest for the most attentive viewers of the vlog. Now let me ask you the final question of this year. In the Capture the Flag mode, your opponents are only mammoths with claws or bonks. You have Jumping Hopper, a tank with a grenade, and a fearsome hunter with a charged overdrive. Which attacker will be able to beat the mammoths alone and deliver the flag? Write a scenario for only 1 tank out of the 3. The episode has come to an end. There are a lot of activities and events ahead, which means you have somewhere to direct your inexhaustible energy. Participate in battles, improve your skills, and don't forget to share your impressions and thoughts in the comments. Our social media are waiting for you. See you soon, stay tuned. Bye.